Live from WTVO 17 and your home team. Eyewitness News at 5 starts now.
A hit-and-run crash leaves a pedestrian dead. Investigators search for the person behind the wheel. It's been 1 year since renewed calls for racial justice echoed through the streets of Rockford. Leaders in activism reflect on what's changed and the long road ahead.
There's something about growing things. It just makes you feel good.
A local teacher and his students grow fresh veggies. The lesson centers around reaping what you sow. Good evening, I'm Mimi Murphy. Thanks for joining us tonight. Loves Park police search for a driver who hit a pedestrian and left them for dead. This happened last night around 11:20 on East Riverside by Applewood Lane. Investigators say the victim was walking when he was struck by a car. The driver reportedly took off. First responders rushed the man to the hospital, but it was too late. While there is no vehicle description available, police say the suspect's car likely has damage to its front passenger side. Anyone with information is urged to call Loves Park Police. May 31st of 2020, life changed in Rockford and around the country. The death of George Floyd sparked protests, marches, and rallies calling for racial justice. Local groups like the NAACP and Eliminate Racism 815 have been key players in community conversations surrounding race. Leaders tell Michelle Rave a lot of progress has been made over the course of a year.
And it sparked a lot of attention towards the policing, which made a lot of Black activists stand up. Protesters stand up.
Rhonda Greer Robinson is the president of the NAACP in Rockford. She says after the death of George Floyd, which sparked local and national protests, she's seen some change.
Now, with the body cams being mandatory and with the trailer at T-bill changing a bunch of laws to make it where police are more accountable.
Eliminate Racism 815 has had meetings with Mayor Tom McNamara to discuss changes they hope to see in their community.
People are just more aware that there's an issue that needs to be talked about, and then the real exciting and sometimes frustrating challenge is getting changes to occur.
Both organizers say it may take some time for meaningful changes to happen, but it's important for the community to be united.
It's a slow process that changes not only people's minds, but it changes their hearts. And that's when you have changes that will last.
We all need to play a part and all at the same table discussing the same matters, just in different ways to correct what's going on in our own community. We have to continue to move forward to remove all these barriers.
Reporting in Rockford for your home team, I'm Michelle Rave.
Rockford police arrest a man they say nearly killed someone yesterday. Charles Beecham is charged with aggravated battery with a firearm. Investigators say Beecham shot a 29-year-old man on Meadow Court. The victim was rushed to the hospital in critical condition. No word on his current condition. Police have not said what led up to the shooting. The Belvedere Chrysler plant is shutting down once again. Employees have already faced several closures this year. A spokeswoman for Stellantis tells us they'll be closed starting Monday, June 7th and won't go back until Monday, June 21st. The company blames the shutdowns on supply chain issues, specifically the global microchip shortage. Next month, the Belvedere plant will go down to just one shift. 1,600 workers could potentially lose their jobs. More than 150 local employees will soon be out of a job. The Union for Partitions and Glass Wall Manufacturer in Janesville says the company is moving out of the country. Rachel Perry has more on what this means for workers.
Mimi, Huffcore has been in Janesville for more than a century. They filed paperwork with the state of Wisconsin saying they will cease manufacturing operations. Employees tell me the company plans to move to Mexico, leaving 166 workers without a job. Some of those workers held signs outside of the plant on Kennedy today. They told me they just found out these plans this week. Union representatives and employees are demanding the private equity parent company, OpenGate, keep the plant and the jobs here.
Here I face my second job loss in the last 21 years. Due to greed, due to investment companies that want to flip companies over and moving them overseas. It's nothing but greed, and it's destroying the middle class of the United States of America.
An exact termination date has not been given. I reached out to the company to get more information on what is happening, but have not heard back. Mimi?
All right, thanks, Rachel. A Boone County man has spent his days safely taking students to and from school since 1971. Friends, school staff, and learners are honoring the bus driver for 50 years of service. Ari Bruckman caught up with the loyal North Boone employee. Ari, he says it's been a great career behind the wheel.
Yeah, Mimi, someone working in one industry for 30 years is hard to come by these days. But 50 years? It's almost unheard of. Butch Peters tells me it's his love for his job that continues to keep him coming back. Celebrating 5 decades of service, Butch Peters started driving buses with the North Boone School District in 1971. 50 years later, friends and coworkers celebrated the milestone with him.
He's been a great friend and supportive. Anytime something happened, in fact, not that many months ago, my mother passed away. He was one of the first ones there to see me and whatever, but he knew my mother really, really well too, you know, and that's just the kind of person he is. He's there for everybody.
Peters and Denny Jeffers have known each other nearly their entire lives and have driven kids to and from school together for the last 20. Jeffers believes if anyone could have made it to 50 years, it would be Butch.
It's pretty special. Out there helping in the community all the time. It does whatever it is, somebody needs some help, Butch is there to help. Just the way he is.
Peters is truly grateful for the recognition and acknowledges schools are struggling to hire bus drivers right now. He believes fear plays a big role in that.
I think they're intimidated by the size of the bus, and they worry about the kids.
Peters is hopeful as pandemic restrictions continue to loosen that hiring bus drivers will be easier, and he hopes he's had a positive impact on his students.
I always say, if you were good, I probably don't remember you, but if you were bad, I probably remember you. You know, I'm sorry, but no, I just love the kids and see how they develop and grow up and be, like I said, being community supportive and see how they do in life.
Butch hasn't decided when he will retire and plans to be back out driving a bus this fall. I reached out to the Rockford and Freeport school districts. Both say many schools throughout Illinois are actually experiencing the same bus driver shortage. Mimi?
All right, thanks, Ari. A local shop that sells everything you need for the outdoors expands in a big way. Rocktown Adventures now owns Rock Cut State Park concessions and rentals. The team will also run the park's outdoor store, Lone Rock Cafe, Camp Store, and Olson Lake Beach. Rocktown General Manager Kevin Versino says the plan is to add to the legacy the previous owners leave behind and find new ways to attract visitors from the state line and beyond.
How can we drive visitation? How can we drive further investment? How can we drive people to move here to start businesses, so on and so forth? And we're using outdoor recreation with Rocktown Adventures and now adding to that by adding Rock Cut State Park.
The new owners plan to expand classes and programs like kayaking, paddleboarding, and yoga. A Rockford teacher is bringing staff, students, and neighbors together. Lincoln Middle School is now home to a community garden. Students planted tomatoes this morning. Soon they'll add peppers, zucchini, cucumbers, even pumpkins. Home Depot donated gardening tools to the school. Dr. Peter Verona grew this program from the ground up. He says gardening teaches kids confidence, healthy eating habits, and builds a sense of community. Verona says anyone who wants to lend a hand is welcome.
I am looking for a way to build relationships with something neutral. And that's why everywhere you read or hear about it, it's listed as the Lincoln Community Garden.
You can help with the Lincoln Community Garden on Tuesdays at 7 p.m. and Saturdays at 10 a.m. This week's Destination Illinois Encore features acres of woodlands and botanical gardens, and it's just a stone's throw away. Clem Arboretum features a wide variety of trees and plants from around the world. It's also a popular place for newlyweds to celebrate their big day.
It's called Rockford's Living Museum. Clem Arboretum sitting on Rockford's south side. Its mission? To maintain the 155-acre site for enjoyment, education, and inspiration. But it didn't start out as an arboretum. Instead, actually, a landscape architect established the land as a nursery for the Rockford area back in 1910.
A nursery would be where someone grows trees, for example, to dig them out and sell them to the public. And that's what this place was when it started out.
After decades of selling plants, a nursery was donated to Winnebago County on one stipulation: that it be maintained as an arboretum. Now it sits as a showcase of hundreds of different trees, some not seen anywhere else. Take, for instance, this breed. This is the American chestnut tree. In all of America, there's only a few hundred left. On a typical wooded forest here in the Midwest, you might find 50 or so woody plant species. Well, here at Clem, you'll find over 300. Outside of hundreds of species of trees, there are 75 different hostas, 90 different daylilies, and 72 different varieties of peonies.
We've got a nice calendar on our website where you can check it out and see what's in bloom.
So whether you're here to take in the views or maybe track down a plant plucked from the other side of the globe, Clem Arboretum acts as an oasis for all ages.
I call them love letters. We get notes left all the time, cards sent to us. People really enjoy the peace, the tranquility. They can come out in the morning or in the afternoon and spread out.
Now, your first warned weather forecast with Chief Meteorologist Candace King.
It was definitely a hot one today as temperatures warmed into the mid and upper 80s, reaching 90 degrees in a few spots. We officially made it to 90 here in Rockford, our first 90-degree temperature so far of the season, and definitely not our last. While we started off with plenty of sunshine, a little haze early on, we've built up some of those fair weather cumulus clouds here this afternoon, and those will stay with us as we go through this evening. 88 our temperature in Rockford, 86 in Janesville, 85 in Rochelle, and 86 right now in Dixon. 86 also for our weather watcher Ken in Belvedere, 88 for Ben in South Beloit, and 87 right now for Bob on the southeast end of Rockford. Notice our dew point temperatures in the 40s, so we were able to warm from the 50s here early on into the upper 80s and low 90s because of this dry air mass. So it's been hot, but it hasn't been overly humid, and that has actually pushed our relative humidity values down below 20 to 25% in some spots. So a very, very dry air mass. And those lower dew point numbers, those are something that are going to stay with us here these next couple of days as that deep moisture remains along the south. So each day we'll see that dew point number creep up a little in the 50s tomorrow, getting close to that 60-degree mark on Saturday, lower 60s on Sunday. But as we get into the latter half of the weekend and early next week, we start to see that moisture stream northward, so it's going to feel a little bit more muggy. And you might start to notice that could be as early as Saturday, I think more late Sunday into Monday and Tuesday of next week. That's when our dew point numbers will go up. So our temperatures in the lower 90s tomorrow will feel more actually like the upper 80s. Same thing for Saturday, Sunday, but that high temperature of 89 on Monday will feel more like the low 90s. So we're not talking about anything excessively humid, but just a little bit more uncomfortable. Now we need the rainfall, and the increase in moisture is going to bring us a little bit more rainfall potentially next week, but not going into the weekend. The latest drought monitor coming out from the National Drought Mitigation Center actually shows those abnormally dry conditions across the state going down a little bit from last week to this week, but both moderate and severe drought conditions going up. And where we see that severe drought condition impacting the area, it's actually extended a little further westward to include Boone, McHenry, parts of DeKalb, and eastern Winnebago counties now. So we desperately need the rain. And the same story here for Wisconsin, especially southern and southeastern Wisconsin, as those moderate and severe drought conditions have really kind of expanded. No rain for us tonight. We're watching some showers up to the north, but by the time those get here tonight, they really fizzle out. So I'm not going to hold out any hope that we'll see any rainfall here tonight. We will get the cloud cover, though. That'll start to increase. You might actually see those clouds on the horizon as the sun sets tonight. Mostly cloudy skies. We'll call it overnight tonight. Temperatures in the lower 60s. We'll see some cloud cover to start us off with on Friday, but that goes away. Plenty of sunshine for the afternoon. Same thing heading into Saturday as well, and that'll keep those temperatures in the low 90s for both Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Chance for rain will slightly go up Monday afternoon, Monday evening, and it's those afternoon evening chances, Mimi, that we have going into next week. We might have to wait until Wednesday, Thursday to get a little better chance, but we'll take anything we can get at this point.
Now, the Napleton Sports Desk with Sports Director Scott Lever.
Now, the Bears quarterback competition is in the starting blocks with the start of OTAs this week in Lake Forest. Will Justin Fields claim the job at the start of the season, and should he be the guy? Well, the answer is simple. If he's ready after a summer of workouts and training camp and then 3 preseason games, certainly he should start. But if he shows he's not ready, then Andy Dalton should be the guy. On most teams where there's a highly touted prospect like Fields, a longtime veteran like Andy Dalton, who started 142 NFL games, and another veteran who's won a Super Bowl in Nick Foles, there would be lots of strife, some tension, some ego clashes. With this trio, I don't think that'll be the case. Foles is as easygoing as they come. He won't rock the boat even if he is third string. Dalton has already been a backup before. He knows his Pro Bowl days are probably behind him, and he knows how talented Fields is. Plus, he's the new guy in Chicago. And while Fields wants to play, I don't see him throwing a fit if he's not the guy in Week 1. This should work out. It's all a matter of how quickly Fields shows he's ready. Well, there's more spring football coming our way. The USFL is coming back next year. The league initially ran from 1983 through 85. Team owners lured away some big-name players from the NFL initially with big contracts, guys like Herschel Walker, Steve Young, and Reggie White. But the owners overspent and the league folded. The new USFL will retain the old USFL names like the New Jersey Generals and the LA Express. Can it succeed? It'll be the 3rd spring league next year. The XFL will also be returning, and the new spring football league is already underway this year. No league can compete with the NFL. For the USFL or any spring league to succeed, it has to keep expenses at a reasonable level. Go after the fringe players who aren't quite good enough to make it in the NFL, or the players who were in the NFL briefly but can no longer get a roster spot in the NFL. These leagues just can't outkick their coverage, and they have to be realistic about TV ratings. Ratings won't be robust in the spring, going up against baseball, the NBA playoffs, NHL playoffs, the Masters, and other sports events, but they can be solid enough to survive. The USFL already has a TV partner in Fox Sports. That's my take. We'll be right back.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you at 6.